On this episode, not all realtors are created equal, even though maybe we should, but we all have different levels of expertise, and you need an expert to accomplish the right thing. This real estate stuff is not easy, so send me your questions and I will answer them. This is the Ask Jason Show. Hello everybody, my name is Jason Piercey and I am reasonably certain this is episode 156 of the Ask Jason Show. That was weird. Okay, we already filmed the intro to this and the audio cut out, this thing went dead. And there was a really good bit in there about how Sam pointed out to me that I do this super annoying thing whenever I start a sentence, because I take a deep breath, because I'll probably rant and go on and on and on for a bit. So I take a deep breath and then I start the breath by going, so I'll be like, so now I'm self-conscious about this and I'm trying not to do it. And Joe has recognized it and seen it for probably 150 reasonably certain 6 episodes and never ever mentioned it. So thanks for having the opportunity to make me better and actively deciding not to. Appreciate it. Anyway, see, just then, did it, right? So I gotta try and not stop doing that now. Oh my God. So this episode is about how not all realtors are created equal. And I gotta find a better phrase than not created equal, because obviously we're all human beings. Well, we better be. If not, maybe we're not all created equal. Okay, now unnecessary tangent. We aren't the reptilians, the lizard people. So, Joe in the background, like I'm not even supposed to be paying attention to him. I say lizard people and he goes, like he doesn't think I saw, he's laughing now, because he didn't think I saw it because he's hiding behind the camera. Anyway, whatever, Lizard King. So what I mean is that it's not so much that some of us are better than others, and it's not so much that some of them are better than us, or however you want to word it. But everybody has different levels of experience, expertise, and personal interest, which would kind of like evolve into a propensity to... That didn't happen. To be better at one particular type of real estate than another. Okay, hit pause. You're really not hitting pause, are you? A little bit hit the floor, a little bit. So do you remember when just before Sam left to go to work, Joe, that she asked if I was going to Costco? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna try to. Do you remember what she told me to pick up? Paper towels. Okay, if you go to Costco, get paper towels. Okay, baby, I love you. See you later. And I just spilled this all over the floor. There's like none left in my mug. No, all right. But, I mean, I'll clean it off later. It'll be a bit sticky for a while, but it smells good anyway. That wouldn't have happened if you had the audio right the first time. Like, we'd be fine. The episode would be done. We'd be playing guitar. It would be amazing. I'd be on my way to Costco to get paper towels, and nothing would have been spilled and cleaned up with... That was one of the expensive ones. Well, that's ruined. Full of coffee. Anyway, probably not. I'm sure you can get that out with some OxyClean. So, realtors, we have different areas of expertise, different things that we enjoy more, different things that we're good at. So, if you wanted to sell a commercial building, there's really only a few people in the city that specialize in stuff like that. And they come to mind, like Nikki Poole is the first person that comes to mind. She's like the commercial queen of local real estate, as far as, like, I would text Nikki to ask her a question about, like, it's the Ask Nikki show when it comes to commercial real estate. She knows what's up. And there's other people who are good at luxury stuff. Like, if I was listing a $2 million property, which is like a lot, and I don't mean like a large parcel of land, that's a totally different person. Like, I could very easily handle a multi-million-dollar raw land transaction that's meant to be developed into a subdivision. Right up my alley. Easy for me to do. But a $2 million residential property, obviously, I consider myself to have an expertise in marketing. So all of that part of it, 100%, I would nail that. Like I'd make, like that would be like a dream to have the opportunity to make video content and everything surrounding that. I mean, that would be awesome. But as far as listing agents that do $1 million property, I mean, you got Rob and Rob, basically. So Rob Decker and Rob Moore from More Decker Done. And like, that's what those guys, that's like a niche. It doesn't mean that they don't do other stuff, because they do. And it doesn't mean that people who specialize in downtown properties, like for instance, Carl Sorensen, for years, John Hutton, they did everything downtown. Michelle Mitchum specializes up on the Southern Shore. Matt Tucker and Jerry Boyles own the Ghouls. Like, people have different areas of expertise when it comes to what they sell. The same is true for buyers, okay? So if you have something to sell that isn't your average cookie cutter sort of benchmark house, you want a realtor to represent you who knows that niche market. Let's say you want to buy a commercial property in St. John's area that has a lot of really big garage bays, like really big ones. So you would obviously hire a realtor who specializes in vacation rentals in Humber Valley, because obviously they would be the best person for that. Do you see what I mean? So it's not that the Humber Valley agent isn't good at their job. They're probably fantastic. They just wouldn't have any of the knowledge base to allow you to make the right decision for your commercial acquisition. And similarly, if you wanted to buy a attached downtown home that you're gonna completely renovate and turn into an Airbnb, I mean, you wouldn't work with somebody who only ever does land development and acquisition. Because what do they know about 100-year-old houses with wonky floors and structural issues? Like, so not all created equal. We all have different areas of expertise. Part of the reason that I'm bringing up this whole thing is I held an open house at a subdivision that the Ask team, myself and Greg Collett from Haven Homes, are gonna do a lot of work in out in St. Phillips. The Porches, it's always been called the Porches. It's like a decade old, but it just didn't get the legs that it should have. So we're going all in with a whole new brand and a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna release it soon. It's gonna be kind of amazing. I'm really jacked about it. I'm probably even gonna like move there myself. Like, it's exciting. Anyway, somebody came to this open house and they said, well, can I bring my own realtor? I'm like, yeah, of course, you can always bring your own realtor. Are you looking to buy one of the houses that are finished? Or are you looking to build one? Well, we like, this house is lovely. It's not what we want, so we would probably build one. We're thinking here in the cul-de-sac, or maybe they're on one of those green belt lots, or one of these where the sun sets in the backyard, kind of. See how I just subtly laid out all of these awesome building lots? I didn't even try to do it. It just happened. I'm so tricky. So they said, no, we would want to build. So you can absolutely have your own agent, always, and you should. New home construction, it's a totally, totally different game. And the set of skills, the knowledge, the understanding that a buyer's agent can bring to a resale home is entirely different than that of new construction. And it's not so much that they're just entirely different, they're almost not even transferable. Like, it's not even all of the same paperwork. Like, it's a whole different game. So if you want to buy a new home, now here's the crux of the whole point of this episode, really. If you want to buy a new home, work with a buyer's agent that does new home construction, because it matters. It really, really matters. Because if they don't, they won't be able to bring value to the conversation. And as a new home specialist, is something that I specialize in, and the entire Ask team is currently being trained to be able to do new home stuff. It's what I built my entire business on. Like, I grew up in construction. My father's a carpenter, his father, all of his brothers. Like, the house that I grew up in wasn't the same house 2 or 3 years in a row ever, because it was constantly renovated and added to. I went away to school went away to university in St. John's, and then came home and like the whole top floor was gone. And I didn't have a bedroom, and there was another story built, and I was like, I just left, Mom. You didn't redecorate my room. You removed it. You brought it to the dump. Anyway, so I grew up in it. So construction is quite literally in my blood. Like, I've got these big, wide, strong, wrinkly looking man hands through evolution, and all they do is this. So that's an area of expertise for me. So when a buyer's agent comes in with their client who wants to build something and they're a little out of their element, sometimes they, not through no fault of their own, it's just an education piece because we're not taught as realtors how to do these things. It's not on your exam. The real estate board does none of it. It's up to the individual agent or their broker or their brokerage, their office, to teach people how to do this. And most of them don't. And what that means is that you find yourself in a situation where your buyer's agent is a little out of their element. Now, I don't mind when it happens because it affords me the opportunity for it to be an education piece, which works really well. And the type of building that Haven Homes and Greg and I and the Ask team do together, it's all about transparency. So you can see everything that we're doing all of the time. And we want it that way because builders have this reputation to when you turn your head to cut a corner or something like that. And that's just not good for anybody ever at all. So we like the transparency. Whatever it is you're looking to accomplish out of a real estate transaction, whether you're buying or whether you are selling, think about what subsection of the market your deal belongs in. Is it a new home? Is it an investment property? Is it an older home? Or is it rural? That's totally different when it comes to title transfer. Indeed, you might be somewhere where the house is still on Crown land and it's been there for 100 years. And nobody, these things happen. You need somebody with expertise in those areas. Condos is another one. Totally different game that people don't get. So if you're buying something, or for that matter, if you're selling something, the person that represents you needs to be specialized in that particular subfield because we're not all created equal. We're just not. We got different areas of expertise. Some of us specialize in marketing and lead generation and new home construction. Some of us specialize in Google AdWords and door knocking. Some of us specialize in what? Oh, did you just do this? Drinking? Cold calling. Is that what you're doing? I thought Joe was, some of us specialize in drinking. But he was like, calling, you're on the phone. Sorry, my bad. Oh, wow. What does that say about me? Anyway, the whole point of this is hire the person that's in the field that you need done. Because heart surgeons are very good at heart surgery and neurosurgeons are incredibly good at neurosurgery. But if I needed an aortic bypass, I wouldn't call a neurosurgeon. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you next time. And if you want to buy a house, bring whoever you want, or just talk to us, whatever you feel comfortable with. But new homes are a different beast. So we'll be your neurosurgeon or your heart surgeon. Which one makes sense with neither of them makes sense. Maybe just edit that out. See you next time. The Ask Jason Show exists so that you can get good real estate related information from a resource that you can trust. Now, speaking of resources you can trust, here's a couple I would trust to work with my mom. Because good enough for mom, good enough for you.